Some women are either intense or they're invisible, and there's almost no middle ground. And if you give me a couple of minutes, I'm going to explain why this happens and why it can be a problem for high-performing women. Now, I work almost exclusively with high-performing women, and these are the women who are successful. They have businesses, they have careers, they're in leadership roles, they're doing important work with real consequences. It's a high load, it's high stress. And because of that, their nervous system starts to slowly erode. And there's a pattern that I see in pretty much every single one of them. They don't have a consistent version of themselves. They have two. There's two versions. The first version is what you call the fire. This is where you see them moving quickly. They're solving problems. They're making decisions. They're articulate. They're funny. They have that dry, sardonic sense of humour that makes you laugh. They're great with people. They're charismatic, magnetic without trying. They flow well. They just get stuff done. They perform. They are completely themselves in this state, and they're their best selves, and they're capable of doing incredible work. But then something shifts, and they start to enter the second state. I call this the fade. And when you're in the fade, decisions start to take longer. Patience disappears. The humour disappears. You start to withdraw. You disassociate from people, from conversations. Instead of leading, you just fade into the background. You start cancelling plans. You just go inside yourself. And you just go through the motions of life that should feel meaningful, but you can't understand why it doesn't, because you've got a lot of great stuff going on for you. There's just something missing. You don't feel like you. And it's frustrating because you know that the fire exists. You've lived it, you've been in it, you remember what it feels like, you know how good it is when you're there, and that just makes the fade feel even worse because it's so far from who you know yourself to truly be. And a lot of people would look at this as inconsistency, a lack of balance. They see the fire version and the fade version, and they assume that there's something wrong with your character. You're too much when you're on, you're too intense, and then not enough when you're not. But personalities don't swing that dramatically, It's the capacity that does. When you're experiencing this, it's not that you have two personalities. It's two sides to the same coin. It's two capacity states. When your nervous system has the infrastructure to support your output, then you're in the fire. You perform well. You're at your best. When that infrastructure is absent or it erodes due to too much stress, you start to shift into the fade. And it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because you're running at a level that your system just doesn't have the resources to sustain. The shift back to the fire, it doesn't start with mindset work or discipline or motivation or new courses, coaching, tools, trainings, anything like that. It starts with three things. First is recognizing that the fade is a capacity state. It's not your identity. It's not something that's wrong with you. It's where your nervous system is right now, not who you actually are. Second, stopping the instinct to force performance, trying to push through, push harder. That doesn't close the gap. It just accelerates the erosion. You can't fight your way back to the fire. It doesn't work that way. Third, we need to rebuild the infrastructure that actually allows your nervous system to operate at full capacity again. And like I said, it's not through effort. It's through specific sequence protocols that work with how your system actually functions, with how your nervous system was designed. Because capacity is the hidden variable behind almost everything that you care about. Your focus, your patience, your decision-making ability, your emotional stability, the physical capacity that you have, your health, your presence with the people that matter to you, your work performance, all of that stuff that really matters. When capacity returns, the fire returns. It's not just a better version of you, it's you, the real version, the one that's always there waiting, provided you have the infrastructure to support it, provided you know how to deal with your nervous system. Now, if this pattern sounds familiar, and you can recognise both of these states, and you know which one you're in right now, the Capacity Catalyst workshop will go deeper into this. It'll explain exactly how the system works, and what the operational path back to the fire looks like. You'll find the link, it'll be down there or in the comments. Hit it, go check it out. In the next video, I'm going to explain why high-performing women don't just collapse dramatically. It's more of a gradual disappear. It's quiet, and why that's actually more dangerous. So hit the link, go check out the video now, and I will see you in the next one.